Hey everyone, it's Will, aka Wilbun84 here. I just wanted to do a quick follow-up video to my last Trackmania video, which if you haven't seen will be linked below. But it's basically about my journey as a brand new player to the game, trying to beat one of the hardest maps ever created called Deep Dip. And this video got way more views than I expected. It got a really positive response from the community, from other Trackmania players, which really surprised me. Just so many people encouraging me to keep going, saying, you know, you can do this. Even some people that created the floors that helped create the map. Even Bren himself, the legend that beat the Deep Dip 1 and Deep Dip 2 maps. He was the first person to do both of those. He commented, which is really cool. So first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate the support. And today I just wanted to address a few questions people had on the video, a few corrections that some Trackmania players pointed out about that video, and also talk about whether or not I'm going to return to the Deep Dip challenge or not. So enjoy some B-roll footage of my Deep Dip climb, and let's get into it. First of all, I do have a pop filter. I will use it in the next video. I'm sorry that my plosives were blowing up the mic the whole time. It's only like my second long form video I've made, so I'm still getting used to like the green screen lighting and the audio mixing, and it's my first time using Adobe Premiere to edit. But I have a lot of other videos in the works right now, so I promise that the quality will get better as I keep figuring this stuff out. And to address one of the main questions people had about the challenge, a lot of people were asking like, why did I jump to Deep Dip? Why didn't I try the previous map that the team had created? I think it's called Benny ate my CPs or something like that, which is a tower map similar to Deep Dip. It's smaller, I think it's like 10 floors. Or why didn't I just go to Deep Dip 2 since I was playing Shallow Dip, which is an easier version of that. And basically Deep Dip 2 was completely out of the question because like I said in the video, the pros that beat Deep Dip 1 in like 60 hours or something beat Deep Dip 2 in like over 200 hours. It's just much harder. And I watched runs of both maps in full, and Deep Dip 2 definitely seemed way more impossible, especially being able to do it without checkpoints. It's just not gonna happen. But when I started this, I still wanted to set myself with a really like insane goal, because the main draw of the challenge for me was not to say, hey, I'm an amazing gamer, Deep Dip looks easy, and I bet I can do it. It was to show other beginners and viewers that might say something like that, what learning the game actually looks like. I think as a viewer of a very high skill competitive game, whether that's Trackmania or something else, it can be kind of hard to truly understand the effort and the time it takes to get to the level that the pros are at. And even if they explain how to do it or like how long it took them, sometimes it only really clicks if you try it for yourself. So I wanted to offer some tangible reality to that portion of viewers that were watching the Deep Dip streams and were like, I want to try that, or I bet I could do it. So I was like, okay, here it is. I'll be the guinea pig. I'll try and show you exactly what kinds of things that might stop you from getting to that level. Deep Dip 2 was out of the question, and I did think about trying the previous map that Benny's ate my CPs, but Deep Dip was more of an iconic map, so I did want to set Deep Dip, the original, as my goal, and Shallow Dip was just a natural stepping stone to that, because I was like, if I can't even do the easy version that's catered towards beginners, then there's definitely no way that I'm even going to be able to try Deep Dip. If I were to do it again, I'd probably maybe look at that first map, the 10 floor map, before going into Deep Dip, but we'll see. There's also a few helpful corrections that Trackmania players pointed out, some things that as a new player I just got wrong. The biggest one being, a lot of people pointed out floor 3 on Shallow Dip is not technically wet plastic. It's actually, because you hit ice during the floor, it's plastic ice, or a few people were calling it plast-ice. So that's why you're able to ice slide on that floor, which is really funny because when I was going through the footage, for some ungodly reason, the first time I got to that floor, I thought it was dirt, which I don't even know what to say about that. I don't know why that was in my head. And I think this red stuff is all dirt. Another surface type I missed, which a few people pointed out, was wood, which I just didn't really play that much. I think I played it maybe once or twice in the campaign. I just forgot it existed, so that's my bad. And there's also several other minor surface types and surface interactions and booster types and other stuff that I didn't go over because I didn't interact with it that much. I didn't want the video to be too long. I really wanted it to just be the most important things that I learned that were applicable to my time in shallow dip and deep dip. And speaking of which, there was a lot of content I had to cut down on because I didn't want the video to be too long. But if you are interested in seeing more of the struggle, more of the climb, let me know in the comments, and I'll include some more of that in the next potential video. And just some stats about the journey. Actually, let me pull my Steam up real quick. So I've played Trackmania for about 55 hours, and the majority of that, I'd probably say like 40 to 45 of those hours were just playing shallow dip and deep dip. There were a few hours doing the campaign maps, doing the training maps, stuff like that. And I also did probably around like 5 to 8 hours of practice off stream, just to practice certain sections, or especially when I was learning to ice slide. Like I probably did a good 2 to 3 hours of just practicing ice slides on ice maps off stream. I did 10 days of streaming over at least 2 months, because I wasn't playing every day. I was just playing like once or twice a week. And my band actually went on tour in the middle of this challenge, and funnily enough, our drummer had an Xbox and he brought it in the tour van. And so enjoy this B-roll of me playing Trackmania on the road. I had like brought my controller and everything and plugged it in, and that was funny. But anyways, am I going to be returning to the deep dip challenge or not? And honestly, I was very fine not ever going back to these maps. I was really happy with my progress. I felt like I had tried my best. I had gotten what I came for, which was essentially to learn through playing the game what kind of challengers a new player would face in trying to complete that map, or learn the skills to complete that map. But seeing such an overwhelming positive response to that video, so many comments encouraging me to keep going, has definitely inspired me to look at it again. And I absolutely will be returning to the Deep Dip Challenge in some form at some point. That time is not going to be very soon, because I have a lot of other videos that I'm currently working on, other similar challenges that are in the works right now. So it's not going to be tomorrow, but yes, at some point I'll come back to it. And part of the reason I'm not going to jump straight back into it is that when I started this journey, and hopefully this is evident in how much effort and time I put into the challenge, was I was trying to do it with as much respect for the challenge as possible. I understand to some degree how insane of a challenge it is, and that I probably wouldn't be able to complete it, but I wanted to give it my best effort, and that means giving it my full attention, giving it a lot of time and space in my brain every day to really learn as much as I could. It wasn't just going to be a casual, oh, I'm going to try it and see what happens. The challenge deserves some level of respect, and I want to continue to take it seriously. When I come back to this challenge, I need to be in that same headspace again, have the time, have the ability to really give it my all again. But I want y'all to know that if you saw my last video, if you're watching this now, if you are a new subscriber, it is because of you that I'm going back to this challenge. So thank you so much for your support on that video. I can tell you for sure that there are not many video game communities that are that positive. So good on y'all for creating such a welcoming space. If you'd like to see that video when it comes out, or the next few videos, which I'm very excited about, you might be interested in, consider subscribing, leave a like, or let me know what other kind of crazy video game challenges you want me to try out. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you later.